I was reading, I was actually reading the news and I noticed all the information that it was actually a news story. It was talking about, T.I. and Tiny and, how it seems like the person, the lady that initially started, alleging, um, alleging, abuse. It looks like now that it has really grown, and it looks like a lot of women now are alleging that they were abused and taken advantage of by these two. And um, you know, it's really sad that this show or this commentary that I do, I'm pro choice. I mean, not pro choice, but I don't even know why I said that. I'm pro family. I am pro relationship. I'm pro children. Um, and it's just weird how, people get married to each other and you just get married just to cheat on each other. Or you get married and you're not faithful to each other and you raise your whole family. I think they have like 5 or 6 kids. And it's like these kids are watching you. And you are having sex with all these multiple people. And I don't know how you think that you weren't, something negative was not going to come out of that. Um, I think what they did was they were attempting to cover themselves. So when they had women over, probably what taking the phone, putting the phone somewhere, collecting the phones, or having them to sign one of those agreements in which, you don't disclose anything, a non-disclosure agreement. And they probably, had things like that set in place so that, okay, you don't say anything and we take your phone so you can't take pictures. And so when they were with other women, they were probably asking them, are you, we're going to give you something. It'll just make you feel calm and everything. And some of these young girls, they didn't know, and they didn't know it would knock them out. They probably were thinking that it was just going to relax them and put them more in the mood. I don't know. I'm just trying to think about the situation and what probably happened. When you're young and you're at 17, 18, even in your 20s, maybe not too far in your 20s, but early 20s, you're still, if you didn't grow up in that kind of lifestyle or you weren't around that kind of thing, you don't know. I mean, like when you're 17, 18 and some famous person comes around you and you've seen them on TV and they show an interest in you, most people, 17, 18, 19, 20, young kids, they're adults, but they're still young. They will, you know, oh yeah, Ti, it wants to talk to me. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go on the bus. I'm gonna go on the this. I'm gonna go on the that. Oh yeah, he's asking me to come back to his bedroom or come back to his room. Yeah, I'm gonna go. I mean, how often does some famous person, ask a regular person? They're probably thinking like, how often would someone pick me, and ask me to go somewhere with them and this famous guy. So some of that I don't blame the young girls. People think, oh, well, they should have known better. And that's true. And I also think that people make mistakes. And I also think that people prey on people. And that's why they asked a 17-year-old girl to go with them and not a 37-year-old woman or 40-year-old woman, 50-year-old woman, because, you know, they're looking for an impressionable person. Someone in their 30s and 40s are like, no, why are why are you wanting me to go back there? Or they're going to know why. And they're going to say, give me some money because I know what you're thinking. I know what you're trying to do. But a young kid, can be more impressionable. They could possibly think, okay, what I'm about to do isn't right. Why are they asking me to the bedroom? But, if I say no and say I don't want that or I don't want to do that, then, I don't think those people would do something to hurt me, you know. So their mindsets are different. So and they have an article out about this 17-year-old girl and how they gave her some pills, and people would probably say, well, why'd you take those pills? What did you think they were about? But as I'm saying again, a 17-year-old, you know, they may have told her that those pills these are adults, and these are adults that have been doing these types of things. So they get a 17-year-old or 18-year-old, 19-year-old, because an 18-year-old, they're adults, and they prey on them, you know? And, oh, yeah, we got an 18-year-old. She got a great body. She looks like this, and they give her these pills. They lie to her and tell her that these pills are just going to relax her. And instead of just relaxing her, they knock her out. Um, and instead of if it knocks her out, instead of waiting and waking her up and not touching her, they go ahead and just take advantage of her. So, I don't know. People are saying in the comments, like when I read comments, they say where there's smoke, there's fire. Um, my opinion is this: if there is no reason to get married, if you're not going to stay faithful, if you're going to bring threes, fours, fives, tens, 15s into your relationship, there's no reason to be married. You might as well just stay separate. What's the point in getting married and having, being in a church and pledging your vows to this person under God and under family, around your family, when you're really not going to honor them at all? And people say, oh, marriage is nothing but a piece of paper. Marriage is more than just a piece of paper. Marriage is nothing but a piece of paper to you because you probably don't think much of marriage. It doesn't mean anything to you. But marriage is much more than a piece of paper. It means so much more. But there's no reason to get married to a person and do all of that if you're not even going to be faithful to them. If you're going to open your marriage up to other people, you might as well just stay single. And and now we're seeing the results of opening your marriage up. And they say defiling your marital bed. This is what are the results. This is a humongous mess. And the thing about it is, like, you don't know what's going on you know, under everything. What I'm saying is the women, may have been taken advantage of, sure. But you don't know if somebody's in their ears telling them, oh, you can make a lot of money because T.I. and Tiny are rich. You don't know what's going on. Like, more let's go find more and more and more and more and more women. Let's get them thrown in jail. Let's get some money out of this. There's all these different things that could be happening all at the same time because you decided to open up your life to random people, when your wife and your husband, you should have been together and you should have been faithful to each other. And even though being married, yes, being with the same person over and over and over and over is boring, but it being married to the same person and loving the same person and caring about the same person, you get so much out of that. It doesn't open you up to babies out of your marriage. It doesn't open you up to STDs and sexually transmitted diseases. It doesn't open you up to people talking about you and your family and your children all over the world and all over the United States and in the news about how you've taken advantage of these people. And even if they did not take a, like, let's just say every girl is lying from 0 to 30 or 0 to 9. I think it's 9 girls now. Let's just say all of them are lying. No one cares. People are still going to go after them. It's a big deal now. So no matter if all these girls are lying, there's gonna still be all these people that are gonna say, yeah, they did do it, you know. And then you're going to always have people that say no, they didn't do it, and you're going to always have all these groups of people in your business making these decisions, all these people that are getting information to talk about, like with my commentary that just gave me I have something I can discuss. It's feeding all these different people, all these different things, all these different people, all these different outlets. It's feeding everything. It's feeding the news, and your children. Now your children have to be dealing with that. You have 5 or 6 kids, and now all your kids have to hear, because best believe somebody's going to tell them um, what is going on, what you have done, and so your kids will look at you different. I mean, like, was that worth it? I don't know. I don't think that's worth it. I think that when you get married, I think marriage is a good thing. And I think that when you're married to someone, you should stay faithful to them. When I got married late in life. Maybe that's something you can do instead of getting married in your 20s, get married in your 40s. And that's later in life when you have gone out and you dated and you've done things and you traveled and you've done all this stuff. And when you hit your 40s, you kind of want to sit down. You want to enjoy life, but you're not running like in your 20s. You slow down because you're in you're in your career, you're doing your thing, you're buying your houses or your house, and so you're ready to sit down and raise a family. And so maybe you should put off marriage until later. But I think once you get married, you should be faithful to your wife, be faithful to your husband. And if that person, or say it doesn't work out, then you need to divorce instead of, staying in a situation where you're unhappy and the person is mistreating you. You need to divorce. That's the best thing, instead of bringing this person, bringing that person, bringing this person, bringing that person, and then the next minute all this blows up in your face. So, you guys tell me what you think. Um, you know, all this is going to play out in the media, so I may talk about this again. But one thing about this commentary is that, we can look at other people's lives, and, you can learn from these things. And, and maybe this is something that, you won't allow. When you have a relationship, you'll say, no, I'm going to close my relationship up and just be with this one person, because I don't want things like that to happen to me. I don't want to take a chance. So if you like what I'm talking about, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button, and I will see you next week. Peace.